Question. What was the number one lesson that you learned in your first sales job? Hey, write it down in the comments below and stick around while I tell you about a lesson that came from a very unexpected place. Well, welcome back everyone to the 5-Minute Sales Training, where today we're going to look at lessons from my first sales job. If you're new here, please hit the subscribe button and the like button too, if you don't mind. It helps us to get this message out to more people. But your first sales job, remember it? Tell me something you learned in the comments below from your first sales job. I was 16 years old when I had my first sales job. It's not the type of sales job that you would expect, but I learned a lot. I wasn't working in a department store or selling subscriptions door to door.
Let me ask you one question. Do your friends ever have a conversation and you just nod along even though you're not really sure what they're talking about?
That sales job took place while I was working for Kentucky Fried Chicken. That's right, KFC. Now, you may not think of it as a sales job, and I didn't either, but after I started, I was told that one of the important steps in the process was to upsell. So when a customer ordered something, we had to try to convince them to order something else above that, and they would send out these mystery shoppers, these secret shoppers, to see if we were upselling. So they sent out people to evaluate how we were doing, and it was very important to the store to get a good rating for the managers, and so they insisted for all of us employees that we were upselling. Now I'm going to tell you, I was highly resistant to the idea. When I looked at it and said, if somebody wants an extra corn on the cob, they'll just ask for the stupid corn on the cob, right? That was my thought. That was my take on this situation. So I was very resistant. I knew how I felt in those situations. I know I'd go to a drive-through window and I'd pull up and I'd roll down my window and immediately they say,
hey, would you like to try a Snickers pie today?
Like, would you just stop the spiel so that I can order what I really want to order? Okay, so you can see I was pretty adamant about this. So this is the way that I always approached it when I was highly resistant to the idea of selling anything at all. Until I heard Jill working the front register and upselling. Now, Jill was just some 16, 17-year-old kid with an acne problem who was doing the same job that I was doing, but I'm going to do my impression of Jill right here. She takes an order from a guy, and at the end of the order, this is what she says. I have to tell you, the strawberry shortcake little bucket parfaits are really, really good, and they're only 99 cents. Do you want one? I'm going to tell you right now, she seemed really passionate about the strawberry shortcake little bucket parfaits. I mean, she was really into it. I'm not gonna lie, I love a good parfait.
You know what else everybody like? Parfaits. Have you ever met a person you say, hey, let's get some parfaits? They say, hell no, I don't like no parfaits. Parfaits are delicious.
The little bucket parfaits were a huge hit for a long time until they went away in 2012. And in fact, there's a huge campaign online to try and get the little bucket parfaits back in the stores. But here's Jill saying they're really, really good and they're only 99 cents. You want one? And this guy looks back at her and says, 99 cents? Yeah, sure, I'll take 4. That sounds like an insignificant example. I get it. But I assure you, it was not. Because it wasn't simply about the little bucket parfait. It was about the concept called emotional endorsement. This was a huge learning that I took from my first job that I've held on to ever since. What happened here? It wasn't just that Jill was asking him, no, it was the endorsement. They're really, really good and they're only 99 cents. That emotion behind it was critical. Let me give you another picture of this. I'm shopping at Nordstrom for a tie. Okay, looking for a tie at Nordstrom, and I pulled out a couple of ties and I was laying them down over a shirt, and this gentleman walks up to me in a suit. He's got the Nordstrom name tag, and he says, oh, I own that tie. I have to say, I probably wear that tie more than any other tie in my closet. I love it. So then I turn to see how he's dressed. If he's dressed like a bozo, I'm probably not interested in his opinion, but this guy looks sharp. He looks fashionable. He looks like he knows what he's talking about.
Hey, everyone! Come and see how good I look!
But it wasn't just that he liked the tie or even that he bought the tie. It was that emotional endorsement of the tie. And I want to suggest to you, for what it is that you're doing, that if your customer trusts you and you like the product and you share that emotional endorsement, then the customer is very likely to buy off on that. So here's my challenge for you. Would I buy something from you just based on your emotional endorsement? Well, let's assume that I had the need, but still, would I buy something from you based on your emotional endorsement? You can use that emotional endorsement for whatever it is that you sell. You can use it to introduce a team member or to talk about your warranty or anything that provides value. It's going to benefit by your emotional endorsement. This is a great opportunity for you to evoke that emotion that your customer is going to purchase with anyway. Thanks for watching another 5-minute sales training. Don't forget to tell me about your first sales job in the comments. Like and subscribe, please. And don't forget that Closing 2.0, both the book and the online course, are our featured products this month. Head over to shop.jeffshore.com to take advantage of that very, very special price. And until next time, my friends, learn more to earn more.